Here is what an actual scan image looks like. As we traverse up the statue, the number here indicates the degrees from horizontal, and the blue line here is the laser itself. As if the laser line is further away from this middle column here, then that indicates that the object is very close to the LiDAR scanner, whereas as the line moves towards the center line, it indicates that the object is further away from the scanner. After I collected a bunch of these scanning images from one location, I repeated that across 5 locations total, so there's one not listed here. And then for each location, I ran it through this data generation script. So I set HSV bounds to isolate just the blue line, and it goes through the script will go through each row in this image, find the average location of the blue line, and will produce an XYZ coordinate point based on that average value. So then it will save this as a .txt file like this one, which is just a bunch of XYZ coordinate points. We can see that there are some values that are nonsensical. After I generated all of the .txt files, I opened them in Cloud Compare. So here is an example of one point cloud. For each point cloud, I filtered out the noise manually. So for example, if I thought that these points down here were not actually representative of what was going on, then I can just go ahead and select them, segment them out, and then delete them from the scan. I repeated this for each scan individually, and then I began to combine the scans. So here's this white one is the initial scan of the front of the bench, which didn't really capture Kermit. So then I did a second scan here, which is in green, that's closer to just Kermit. So here we can see his arm, his body, and his face. Then I scanned from this side of the statue to get the back of Jim Henson and part of the bench. So I think these 3 scans were the cleanest out of all of them. Next we have this scan from the left side of the bench. So we can see the bench geometry as well as Jim Henson's arm kind of reaching out here. And then lastly, we have the back of the bench, which also captures the back of Jim Henson. In order to combine these, it was a manual process of moving each point cloud. So for example, if I wanted to move Kermit, I could go into Edit, Translate, Rotate. I can pick a axis of rotation. So for example, here I can rotate about the z-axis, and then I can also translate it along whatever axis I selected. Finally, to combine all of the point clouds, I can select all of them here, and then hit this button, which is Merge Multiple Clouds. And that generates one total point cloud.